Hello everybody, I am at the very last tail end of my midwinter quiet confidence retreat here at the beautiful Islington Hotel. You can see this is the atrium behind me, which you've probably seen before in some of my other videos about this location, and that's where we have had the bulk of our meals. So our breakfasts have been there and a few of our dinners when we've not been out on the town misbehaving. I want to share with you behind me here, so this is the view from the atrium. You can see there Mount Wellington, and we were fortunate enough to have some snowfall. So for our attendees from Queensland, it was very lucky that we had some snow here in this beautiful midwinter location, and we had quite a bit of rain, and it was nice to be tucked away in such a luxurious location, just getting our stuff done. And for me, I think there's been some incredible learnings. Of course, this is my first retreat that I've run, so it's been a big trust exercise for myself, a big confidence exercise for myself, running a retreat, having people travel from interstate to attend, in particular having my own mentor attend as a participant, which is of course both flattering and terrifying all at once. But the key things that I'm taking away from this, you've heard me talking a little bit lately about fear and bursting through fear and finding the action that you need to take instead of letting fear dictate terms to you. And I think the biggest message that I'm getting from the participants in the retreat from this weekend has been around being very grateful to themselves for trusting their instincts to come. So even though each of them in their own ways took time to decide whether or not to come and had lots of questions for me around what it was going to be like, the key anxieties that some of them had were around, did they deserve to be here? Did they deserve a place at the table? Were they good enough? Were they experienced enough? Was their private practice substantial enough? All silly comparison questions, which they acknowledge were irrational, for want of a better word, and they acknowledge that those comparisons don't help. So I think for me, hearing my retreat attendees reflect on the mental and emotional journey that they underwent in the process of deciding to attend the retreat, knowing in their gut that they had issues they wanted to address. So they had issues around growth of their practice, issues around confidence in themselves as a practice leader or a mental health practitioner, issues around wanting to get a whole lot of stuff done, but being so busy working in their practices that finding time to achieve their goals was so hard. And then coming on retreat, finding that of course they have a place at the table, of course they deserve to be here, of course that there's no judgment about, you know, what your experience is, what your profession is, what the size of your practice is. It's just about being here, immersing yourself in an opportunity to grow. So, you know, we've worked on a couple of little confidence challenges, but we've mostly been working on just looking at the big picture and getting stuff in line so that you can just stay in your own lane and swim to your little heart's content to achieve your big picture goals, and letting all of those worries and anxieties and comparisons and fear-driven bits and pieces fall to the wayside. So, you know, I'm so excited to see where my retreat attendees are in, you know, 3 to 6 months' time, because I think they're, you know, especially those who are the most anxious, I think in the next 3 to 6 months will have such incredible growth, both in terms of what they can achieve in their work, but also in terms of their own confidence. And as you know, that's what I'm all about, is the confidence of practitioners to achieve what their heart is telling them they can achieve. So, and of course for me personally, running my own my very own retreat for mental health professionals. For me, it was a big exercise in trusting that I could do this. It was a big exercise in trusting the process. So when you trust the process, you trust that people are going to come together, that people are going to speak and share and learn and do, that the power of bringing people together is something that you can't plan for. You've just got to allow that to happen and unfold. So for me, launching this exercise took a leap of faith in myself, and I'm really glad that I've dug into that and done it, because I think now what I take away is not only excitement about my attendees, but an extra layer of confidence and courage in what I can do to facilitate change for other mental health professionals, which of course, as you know, being a mentor of mental health professionals, that's what I'm all about. So, I'm very, very excited to lock in some dates for now a midsummer retreat. I was not intending, until we all got together, I wasn't intending to do a second retreat within a 12-month cycle. I thought one a year would be enough. Already getting little nibbles of interest from people who are very keen to learn more about a midsummer retreat. It will be here at Islington Hotel because there just is no comparison. This is an incredible location. The staff here have looked after us like you wouldn't believe. We've been very pampered and looked after, and that's part of the joy of it, is taking time out of your everyday to immerse yourself in something that's just for you, so that you can find that time to just be and focus and move forward in what you're doing. So watch this space. I will be definitely sharing with you some news soon once I lock in some dates. So I will need to look at my calendar. I'll need to talk to the hotel as well and figure out what are going to be the best summer dates for us to have for the midsummer retreat, before of course we have a midwinter retreat again next year with beautiful snow on the mountain. I'll take you for a little walk through a winter Tassie garden so you can see what's so special about a Tasmanian winter, because I know a lot of you who live in warmer climates don't really get a proper winter. So we've got trees with berries on. Now this tree is a special tree because look, it's not only got berries, it's got a seashell on it too. I have no idea how they got there. In a Tassie winter garden we have the most exquisite little things. Now these are not daffodils, they're sometimes called early cheer or jonquils. These ones are called egg and bacon. And they have the most intoxicating smell. And I'll also show you very quickly my favourite winter flower in Tasmania. This always reminds me of my Nana's house because she always had this near her front door. It's called Daphne. If you like Daphne, if you've heard of Daphne, it's a spectacular smell. Perfect, beautiful, sweet smell. So we didn't get to spend an awful lot of time in the garden this retreat because we had so much rain, but the joy of the rain is now that there's a lot of blooms coming up, a lot of bulbs coming out. We've got poppies, we've got irises. Look at this beautiful garden, all these beautiful flowers here. So when we come back in summertime, what we'll find is that we will be wanting to spend more and more time outdoors, because a Tassie summer can be really warm. So, you can average about 25-30 degrees in summer, depending on which part of summer we have the retreat. There's a little pond, so no doubt we'll have little picnic hampers prepared for us by the staff here, and we'll sit out here and do some of our work outdoors in summertime. So it's going to be absolutely delightful. There's a little veggie garden that they've got here. The food here is amazing. I can't tell you how good the food has been. Lots of emphasis on Tasmanian produce. Homemade or house-made halloumi. Can you believe it? I didn't know you could make your own halloumi. Shows you how much I know. So if you are thinking that you would like to know more about the mentoring that I provide, do send me a message. I'm happy to talk to you about it. My Quiet Confidence Inner Circle, which is my Like a Boss program, is starting next week. So that one's pretty much closed, but I am looking at the opportunity to provide some shorter term mentoring programs. So I am in the middle of nutting those out. So if you're curious about what I do for mental health professionals and how I do it, and what I can get you set up to do for your practice or for your development as a mental health clinician, send me a message, because I'm more than happy to let you know how it works. I think in our conversations this weekend, some of the common experiences that we shared were discussions around how mental health professionals often have a lot of fear around letting people know when they're not confident. So we have this expectation, especially early in our careers, we have this expectation that because we've got our piece of paper, that means that we must have our shit together because we've got the piece of paper that says so. And so when we need help in our own lives, not only mental health help, but just knowing what to do to go to the next level in our careers, we often shy away from showing any vulnerability. I think that there's a growing culture of change in that regard, and I'm really excited to be part of that and to support clinicians who do want to address their own fears and lack of courage. So I think that over time, my work with mental health professionals, I'm so excited to see where each of my mentoring clients, where they find themselves in 12 months, 6 months, 3 years time. It's amazing to watch people grow, and that's what I'm all for. So if I can help you, let me know. Send me a message. Happy to do what I can to share with you what I do. And if you think that I'm likely to be the right mentor for you, then I'm absolutely keen to talk to you. Have a great week ahead, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.